Hello everyone, and welcome to the first video of That Gray Cougar. That be me. So this channel was actually born from a really interesting thing that happened to me, and sometimes, honestly, things happen to us to compel us to make changes and to make the world aware that things need to be changed. And that's what this channel was born from. So as a senior, and I'm almost 70, I am going to describe to you something that happened and try to let you know that things have to change in healthcare for seniors. And when this happened to me, I had this feeling inside that said, I need to advocate for seniors because I'm still strong. I'm still, doing everything. I'm healthy. So I really need to go ahead and advocate for seniors. And this is what I'm going to be doing. On this channel, we're going to explore many subjects that will help a lot of people. But I'm going to try to target it towards anyone, 60 and above. But there will be some things on here that will be pertinent, like the AMC squeeze. I will be talking about that on this channel as well. Some of you may have seen me on my other channel, which is Next Level Tips, Madame Defarge. So I have that channel as well. So let's get into it. So what happened was I had not been part of the healthcare system for many, 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 many years. And the reason is because I've always been really, really healthy. And I actually ate a really green diet for 30 years. And so that's why I look so young. And I take good vitamins, and I take vitamin E, really good vitamin E, sunflower vitamin E, that's the best one. So I'm very fortunate. But like everyone, I'm going to have some things where I will need some medical assistance. So what happened was the first situation that happened was I had to go to the emergency room. And when I arrived at the emergency room after I left work, there was a physician who looked at me, and I know that, I am Hispanic and whatnot, but his first thing was, that I had indigestion. Probably he thought that I was eating hot foods. Now try to remember this. I am Puerto Rican, so we don't really eat hot foods. And so that was his way of explaining the potential almost heart attack that I had indigestion. So that was the first thing. And so on the follow-up, it was really interesting because I thought, I haven't had any of this caught up yet. I'm pretty healthy. I usually see naturopaths. But this time I think I'm going to go to a physician's office and so forth and so forth. So when I got to the physician's office, I thought, it's been years since I've had hormones, and I think I probably should get some. And through the discussion with this particular doctor, I mentioned that, of course, that, I was over 50, and he asked me, have you been on a hormone regimen? I said, no. I said, I haven't been because in my day and age, hormones were made from horse urine, and we knew that it was causing cancer to women. And I refused to do anything that was harmful to myself. So I said that I wanted to try, a regimen. And I also mentioned to him that I have, my best friend is a physician in Puerto Rico who is having a lot of success with women 70 and above with HRT, hormone replacement therapy. Well, his response basically was, we don't usually do any pap tests for women over 50. Okay, remember this. Mistake number one, he never checked. I had an abnormal pap, which he should have referred me to get one. But he thought, again, women over 50 don't need that. His second response was, women over 50 don't need a mammogram. Women over 50 who haven't been on hormone therapy. And I interrupted. I said, I haven't been, let me reiterate, because they were dangerous and made from horse urine. Now the new hormones actually are more natural and are not as harmful to a woman's body. And his statement again, you're over 50. So interesting part about this is that I felt like he was already labeling me because of my age. And I know there are some factors which limit you from getting certain things after a certain age. So I was offended. I really was. And I thought to myself, wait a minute. So all the women over 50, they don't need hormones. I guess they don't need anything in their bodies, and I guess they don't need a mammogram because their breasts hang down to here. And I guess they don't need a pap smear. And I was really offended. So I looked into it some more, and I did find some information. And I do understand that the medical field has certain limitations. But Puerto Rico actually is a U.S. protectorate. And everything that happens in Puerto Rico in the medical field pretty much is allowed here. The doctors work here and there, both. And the U.S. basically owns Puerto Rico, so to speak. So I knew that what my friend was doing with functional medicine was looking at the human being and not limiting the human being by age. And many doctors have found that women have increased their bone density, they have, increased libido, and all these things from hormone replacement. So that's what spurred me on to be able to create this channel. And I was talking to my kids, and I said, hey, you know what? I think I'm going to join the Gray Panthers. And they started joking around, and you guys will see, I put it in under, right under, you can read it. And their little jokes were, on a group text, mom, yeah, you mean the life alert skirts? And I thought, oh, wow, these little smart asses. And then they said, oh, you mean the diabetic debutantes? And I was like, okay, you guys really, I don't know where you get your sense of humor, from me. And they went on and on with these jokes about the Gray Panthers. And I thought, okay, well, you know what? They said, well, the only reason they chose the Gray Panthers is because Cougar was already taken. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to take that name. In fact, that's why the name of this channel is That Gray Cougar. That'd be me. So what I'm saying is, in the healthcare industry, they really should look at the wholeness of the individual. The other thing I found was that, I have like 15 diabetics in my family, and they have all died. And I actually had to ask permission to have an A1C to check my blood sugar. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. So what happened was, after the appointment was done, I had learned that when you get files from hospitals and you get files from Blue Cross, you have to decrypt them. Fortunately, I'm techie enough to do this. Even at my age, I learned a lot about the internet and computers and so forth, texting and, and all kinds of memes. By the way, the meme that I sent to my kids for calling me a diabetic debutante, that was the meme they got. They love that. Their response was, oh, Mom, at your age, you know how to use memes. And I thought, oh, you little brats. So anyway, so basically what happened is I thought something has to be done here to help seniors, because not everyone has the technical skills to decrypt files. So imagine this. I get sent a file, and when I get sent this file, I have to decrypt it in order for me to see it and download it and then attach it. So I know how to do those things, and I could do that on my phone, piece of cake, but not every senior can do that. And so I felt really sad thinking, wow, there needs to be help for seniors here. There really does. So the other thing that I found really interesting was, I really thought, this is kind of a rook here, this game. Because when I went into the My Chart thing and I sent a message to my new doctor, who isn't going to be my new doctor for long, clearly, I sent a message and I said, I think that I would like to have that A1C because my daughter's a nurse. And she said, Mom, you really need to do that. You have 15 diabetics, they've died, and you're gaining some weight, even though, you look beautiful, but you still need to address this just in case, just please do this for me. So I sent a message through through my chart to my team, my medical team, and I said I'd like to have an A1C. Well, the response I got from the office was a phone call that asked me to go ahead and make an appointment so that I could tell my doctor, who claims that we didn't discuss this, and get an A1C. So at that point, I was livid. I said, I'm sorry, so you want me to incur another $500 bill just so she could tell me what she already knows, and she can see and read from 3 hospitals and my chart that there's 15-day diabetics. Maybe I should get a blood sugar test. Hello? Hello? And maybe I should also get a thyroid test. Hello? Thank you. And I thought, okay, I've had enough of this. So I called patient advocacy and I told them everything, and they were laughing and they were really upset. They said, there's no way you should have been treated like that. There are some things that doctors will do and won't do and so forth. And so, that's what I want to say. I need to raise awareness so that people know, that there's seniors out there who are not as techie as I am, and they need help. And what if I had listened to my doctor the second time and I had gone in and said, hi, I'm sorry, did you read the chart? And she would have said, oh, yes, I did. And it does say you have this. And sure enough, okay, I'm going to set you up with a referral. Boom, another $500 bill. If I hadn't been who I am, I would have incurred another bill. And I already am down for a lot, whatever I have to take care of now. Fortunately, I'm able to do that, thank God. But this is what I'm trying to say. People need help. And I want to be one of those people to bring awareness to the healthcare industry, to not judge people based on their age. Obviously, I have no wrinkles. Thank you very much. So I'm very fortunate. I took good care of myself. I still do. So this is why I wanted to launch this channel. I will be bringing some other things up here. I would love if you could subscribe, because you make this happen. Honestly, all of us YouTube creators, we are so grateful to you because you help us so that we can bring the word out there, so that these things are addressed, so that people can have help, so that seniors can have advocacy. I started thinking, what if there was this little old lady, that couldn't walk and so forth. And years ago, I was in a wheelchair. And, I retrained myself how to walk and so forth. I was using a walker for a while, and I thought, wow, if that had been me back then, years ago, I would have easily come in and keep incurring bills, because of the relationship that I have with my doctor, which now is just all computer, really tech stuff. And that's exactly what happened during the visit. My doctor was sitting there on the computer just typing and typing and typing and typing and typing and typing and typing. Welcome to the new medicine. And I get that to a certain point, but there comes a point where you have to have the human interaction as well. And that seems to be missing. Awareness needs to be brought up that, I'm not the computer. I'm the person, the patient. And another thing is patient autonomy, which the advocacy from this hospital made me aware that, yes, I can ask for certain things that I would like to happen if possible. Doesn't mean I will get them, but I can at least request that because I'm the one paying the bills. So at that point, I thought, okay, then this channel is going to be born. And so my kids, with their little humor, their little brats, made me aware that something needs to be done, and I decided to do it. And I'm fortunate. I come from a mother who was a real rebel. Many years ago, my mother in New York, when I was a little girl, actually had to fight the landlords. We had one slum landlord who was allowing gas to come into the apartments, and it was, of course, making everyone sick. And my mother went to the news. She went to the radio station. She went to the television, the Spanish television station, and she made a big deal. And they moved everyone out of the tenement into the Empire Hotel. It was amazing. It was great. There were no rats there. There were no roaches. It was great. I loved it. So what I'm trying to say is it's in my blood. You know, I'm here to advocate for people. And like my mom, I'm trying to do the right thing to bring awareness to something that's very important. You know, we might be over 50, but we still need to be loved. We still need to be respected. We still need to be treated with dignity. And a lot of us who have that knowledge like I had about hormones and knew that they were harmful back then, you know, you can't put us in a box and say, well, you can't have it now because you weren't taking something that was going to cause you cancer. You know, that doesn't make any sense. So with that, I would love to have your help. I am grateful to you for being here, for seeing this video, and anything you can do to help a senior understand that they need help right now. They need your tech skills, you know, interpreting, decrypting files. They need your help for advocacy so they don't have to keep coming into a hospital or to a doctor and incurring bills because they don't know how to use their phones or text or their skills and so forth. So lots of love and thank you so much for listening, and I appreciate you very much, very much. Thank you. And those are my dolls back there. I collect Monster High dolls. I love them. So you have a beautiful day with your family, with all your family at all ages. And again, I thank you so much for being here, and bless you.